is that we're starting to hit with our upper body first. We actually want to be doing the reverse, all right? So our lower half should start our swing, not the top half of our body, all right? So when we're going through our swing, those hips should be the first thing to start rotating to create more tension in your core, okay, to tighten up the core. And then your hands and your upper body should follow that motion, creating that whip and push action through the zone. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of reverse the order to kind of implement that first. So we're gonna get our legs involved first. We're actually gonna start with the step back drill. Okay, for you guys that are returning, we usually do that at the end. We're gonna start with that today, all right? These swings to begin, since we're not warmed up or anything, some of us may be, some of us may not be. We're gonna take this at like 30% effort, okay? Real easy, just to get loose, but we're gonna start with our lower half first. What we're gonna do is we're gonna start at the front of the box, and we're gonna get in our position right here, and we're gonna step back, loading into that back leg, and then rotating along that back leg, okay? We're not gonna take it by stepping back and then pushing forward with our body. We don't want to do that. What we're going to be doing is loading up that weight on that back foot, okay? And throughout our swing, it should be about 60% of your weight to 40%, or maybe even 70-30, all right? But we don't want to leak forward. We want to feel that weight and that power in that back foot, and then we're rotating along there, okay? So we're squishing the bug. You guys remember that? On that back foot, get that nice L right here on that back foot and a straight front leg. Okay, so the first couple of minutes, we're gonna take it nice and easy. We're gonna stand in the front of the box, step back, load, and then swing through, okay? Just gonna work on getting our legs involved. Coach Payton will help demonstrate what it should look like. Yep, there you go. See how his weight never comes forward? You're loading it in the back, but then we're twisting and rotating. We're not lurching forward afterwards. We want to keep that weight on that back foot, just like that, like Coach Payton showed you.
Same with back foot, you don't do any ball arches back either, right? There's a 5 balance right in the middle.
There you go, keeping that weight back. Nice and easy. Remember, we're still getting warmed up, so nice and slow, nice and controlled, right? Step back, swing nice and easy. Remember, we're keeping that weight back, all right? We don't want to be lunging forward with those hips. We're doing a step back, and then all we're doing from there with our weight still back, we're just rotating on that back foot. Try to keep your whole body almost on that back leg, okay? So when we're stepping back, and then we're rotating here. See how my body's still mostly on that back leg? That's where we want to finish, and that's where we want to stay. You don't want to step back and come forward with the swing, okay? Yeah. And after the swing, go ahead and check yourself, all right? See how Coach Payton does that? His back leg is in a nice L formation, and that front leg is nice and straight. That's what we want it to look like. There you go. A couple more of those, and we'll move on. All right, now we're gonna go in the next step, okay? So now that we know that we're getting that back leg involved, all right? Our weight transfer, and it's gonna stay mostly on that back leg, or we're rotating here. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna separate our lower half and our hips from our upper body, okay? And what it's gonna look like is we're gonna spread out our legs, okay? Like we would after we step, right? So if we load and then we're down and ready in a good ready position, okay? This is after whether you're a leg kick guy or you're kind of just a step in place guy, anything in there. We're gonna spread that base out to where we're gonna land and where we're gonna be ready to swing. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep our upper body, right, in line, okay? So that front shoulder is gonna stay pointing towards the pitcher, nice and straight, shoulders nice and level. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna start the lower body. So that back knee is gonna buckle in, okay, to start, and those hips are gonna rotate towards the pitcher, all right? So they're gonna rotate forward, and we're gonna feel that it's kind of uncomfortable, kind of tightness in your stomach and your core. From there, that's when we're gonna swing. So we're gonna switch it up. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with that lower half, feel that tension right there for a half second, and then we're gonna let our hands loose, okay? But remember, we wanna start with those hips, all right? Take it nice and slow at first until you get a hang of it. This is not a speed drill, okay? We're gonna start that lower half first, okay? Feeling that tension, this is all still straight, hips starting to open up, and then we're gonna let loose, okay? Same thing, take this about 45, 50% effort, okay? We're still getting loose, but we wanna start with our hips first. Remember, spreading those legs out, weight still back. We're gonna start the squishing of that bug with that back leg. Our hips are gonna open up, upper body still straight to our target. And then after you feel that tightness in your core, then you're gonna let loose with your upper body, okay? Here, we're stepping, getting that bottom side going, and then we're gonna rotate, okay? So hips get started, there you go. Feel that tension in your core, and then you let your upper body swing through. But we wanna start it with our hips, okay? Start with our hips and squishing the bug with that back foot. There you go. Really challenge yourself to keep that upper body in your chest and shoulder pointing forward, okay? See how far you can rotate those hips and twist that back foot before you let loose with your hands and rotate with your upper body, okay? Try to feel it right there in your core. Yep, get those hips started first. Feel it tight in your core. Should be a little bit uncomfortable. Making sure we're separating that swing, right? We're going to get started with our hips, pause, give it a 2-second pause, and then swing with your upper body. Start twisting those hips, 1, 2, then swing. There you go. And watch the pace that Coach Payton is going at, okay? This is not a race. Nice and slow, do it with a purpose, okay? It's first, then upper body finishes. There you go. Couple more swings there. All right, guys, bring it in real quick. Go ahead and pick up the balls if you have to. I'll give you a minute to do that, and then we'll start talking about the next one. Okay, so after we've got our hips involved, right? We got our weight back, okay? We're in a good hitting position. Our hips have started to turn. That's what's going to start our swing, okay? So our hips are already starting to go. Our upper body is about to follow. So the next step is from here. Now we're getting that back elbow into place, okay? So it's going to go, you're going to plant, start that hip rotation, elbow is going to drop in the slot, and then we're swinging, okay? That's going to be on that back shoulder the whole time, all right? So for this, now we're going to start incorporating the rock drill, or with our upper body, right? With our elbow, practicing getting that in the slot. So from here, okay, you're going to step, nice, strong, ready position. Those hips are going to get started, and then we're going to focus on getting that back elbow in the slot, and then we're finishing our swing. So that's the next step, is getting that back elbow nice and tight to catch up with that back hip, right? So if we rotate the hips, guess what has to happen now? That back elbow now has room to come in the slot, back elbow, that back hip, okay? And that's going to get you in a good position. And then the last thing to go is those hands and that bat through the zone, getting that whip and push effect, okay? So think about it all as a rubber band or a coil. What we're doing is we're coiling our body, okay? Get all the tension from our core and our legs. And then the last thing we're going to do is we're going to let it loose. And that's when it's going to spin that zone with all that extra power, okay? We're going to get started, all right? Nice, ready position. Hips go first, then focus on rocking that back elbow in the slot, okay? And then swing through, all right? While we're rocking with that back elbow, the whole time our hips have turned already, okay? Our hips have started, all right? We squish the bug with that back foot. We're starting to get that L in that back leg, all right? And from here, we're rocking, all right? Getting that elbow nice and tight into slot, and then we're finishing through. Remember, when we're keeping that elbow nice and tight, what that's giving us is the opportunity for our hands to stay nice and close to the body, right? We want to get to this position so that the bat can come through the zone, all right? If our elbow is not connected to our backside and our elbow kind of comes out here, now our bat is going out and around the ball instead of staying in nice and tight. So all the bat has to do is go to the baseball. Make sure we're staying nice and tight all the way through. There you go. Couple more swings. All right, bring it in, guys. All right, this is the last one before we kind of put it all together, okay? For your returning guys, we're not going to stop at contact, kind of have a good idea of what we're doing with that back elbow. What we're going to do is do the finish through, okay? All right, we're going to expand through the zone, all right? So after contact, we're going to keep pushing forward. What we don't want to do after contact is to open up our body and roll over that top hand, okay? That's going to get us a lot of ground balls and a lot of pop-ups. What we want to do is after we've done everything that we can with our bottom half, right? Weight staying back, hips have started, elbows nice in slot. We're making contact. We want to push through the ball just slightly, okay? We don't want to make contact and roll over. We want to keep our hands in nice and tight, make contact and push through just a little bit, okay? So these aren't going to be full swings. It's going to be nice and easy. Remember, we're still doing the same thing with our lower half. We're starting with our lower half, getting that turn with the hips. Elbow's going to come in the slot. You're going to make contact with the ball and push forward just a little bit, practicing extending forward. It's not going to look like that in the game, but by practicing that and getting that in your mindset now, it'll stop you from making contact and twisting over that top hand, okay? So we're just practicing on over-exaggerating, keeping that top hand nice and flat through the zone and pushing forward a little bit, okay? Coach Payton will demonstrate. Make contact and pushing through the zone. So making contact and pushing up just a little bit, okay? You want to stay inside that baseball and drive it back where it came. Nice and easy swings. Catching it inside, pushing it forward slightly before we finish our swing. Nice job, guys. Couple more right there. All right, guys, go ahead and pick up the balls. You guys need a quick pickup. Grab a drink of water. And then we'll bring it all together. About another minute. All right, now we're going to bring it all together, okay? So we're going to start with the step back. We're going to bring it all together now. It's all going to be one solid fluid motion. But I'm going to break it down, explain again what we should be doing as far as the sequence of events. Okay, we're going to start in the front of the box. We're going to do a step back. And the first thing to go after you plant that front foot should be your hips. Think about if there is a pole or a bat connected to that back hip extending outward, that's what we're going to hit the ball with off the tee. Okay, so we're hitting almost with that back hip. All right, so imagine that there's a bat or a ball or a pole connected to your hip moving outward. And when we rotate those hips, that's what's actually going to be hitting the ball. All right, that'll keep your mindset into fully rotating those hips through the zone. All right, so again, starting in the front of the box, step back. Once your front foot plants, however you do that, where you just kind of set it back down, it's fine. We're going to start with our hips. Hips rotate, elbow comes in the slot, and then the last thing to go is our hands. Our hands make contact, pushing through the ball, and then we're finishing over that shoulder, okay? So we're going to be making contact and finishing up here, okay? We don't want to be making contact and finishing chest height or lower with our bat. That indicates that we rolled over at the end, okay? Your bat should, after making contact, pushing through, should finish over that left shoulder for you righties, right shoulder for you lefties, okay? So all together, one more time, front of the box, step back, okay? Weight's gonna be on that back leg primarily. We're gonna start after we plant our front foot, rotating the hips first, squishing the bug, starting there, okay? Hips have already started, elbow follows, hands stay inside the ball, bat finally follows through, making contact, pushing through, and following through over that back shoulder, okay? Just bring it all together. Hips first, elbow follows, bat follows last, pushing through, finishing over that shoulder. All one fluid motion. Now we're swinging for real, okay? About 80% effort. Step back. Just remember, we want to start with the hips, okay? That's very important. We're going to start the swing with the body will follow. In some good swings. Thomas, nice job. James, nice job. Aiden, I see you working. Nice job, Brad. Way to get your reps in. Nice job, Cameron. Remember, the hips start that swing, right? Hips start a little bit earlier, and then upper body finishes through. There you go. Finishing through over that shoulder, right? Swinging through, should finish up top. All right, if you guys feel comfortable, you can take out the step back and just go to your normal hitting position, all right? But just remember, we want to keep that weight back, right? So we don't want to lean forward and twist. We want to stay ready in that ready position. And from here, swing with those hips first, upper body follows through, okay? You no longer have to step back. You can get comfortable in the box wherever you're comfortable, wherever you're used to. and then go through your normal swing and progression, but just remember the sequence of events, okay? So we're gonna step, however you like to step and start. Hips go first, back elbow follows, hands and back come last, pushing through the zone, following over that back shoulder, or that front shoulder. So a couple of normal swings now. Swings are looking good today, guys. Nice job. Yeah, remember to keeping that weight back, all right? That back foot, you should have the L afterwards, remember? Go ahead and check yourself after your swing. Make sure we're in a good, strong, balanced position. All right, nice job, guys. Go ahead and pick up the ball, all right? I'll give you another minute, and then I'm gonna hand it over to Coach Payton, and we're gonna finish up with a little fun drill and a little game for the last couple minutes, like 10 minutes. Go ahead and pick the balls up, get a drink, and I'm gonna hand it over to Coach Payton, and he's gonna work with you a little bit, all right?
All right, guys. As you know, there's 3 zones to hitting, right? We have inside, which is closest to us. We have the middle, which is not too far away, but not too close. It's like right in between, right? And then we have away, the furthest pitch from us. We call that the outside pitch, right? We're gonna work on all 3 of those today, but something to keep in mind, within each of those zones, right? We have outside, it could be high outside, it could be middle outside, it could be low outside. Goes the same for all 3 zones. So that's 9 different spots. That's a potential strike that you have to be able to hit. So all we're gonna do, we're gonna practice hitting each of those zones, and at the end, we're gonna play a little game. We're gonna start with outside, up high, okay? We're gonna just work with that. Outside pitches, we're letting them travel deeper into the zone, right? They're away from us. We're not out here trying to reach for them and roll over our wrists. We're meeting them back here, nice and comfortable, right? So we're gonna go ahead and set the tee up a little bit further than you're used to. Just let it travel a little bit more and move your net towards that other side, right? And typically what's gonna happen is you're gonna drive that ball between first and second base, all right, if you're doing this correctly. So go ahead and set up your tee away from you, furthest away and further back, right? Still a strike. We're not hitting anything outside of the plate, but just the furthest edge of the plate, okay? We're gonna work with that for a few minutes, okay? High outside. All those skills you guys just learned, the same principles apply to this, right? We still want to keep our hips going first and dropping our elbow into that slot to get the ball. We don't want to be out here reaching for it, right? We're not trying to extend out here to go get it. If we have to extend like that, it's probably not a strike. You're standing in a bad spot, okay? Tight and compact. Boom, boom. Some nice swings. All right, go ahead and move it to low outside. Low outside is going to be just above your knees. It's a tougher pitch, right? Because it's low. You feel like you have to come down and then come back up, right? Once we go down to get that ball, we're staying down, okay? Once it's down here and we go down to get it, we don't want to shoot back up with our hips, okay? We're going to stay low all the way through that ball. Same with the high pitch, right? We start here, athletic in the middle. It's fine. We can stay nice and low. Get right under it. Boom. Keep our hands on the inside. Get a good bend in your knees. It helps out a lot. Low outside. Some of you may feel like you have to reach for it, but I promise you don't. Just like before, we're dropping into that slot. We're getting our hips down, turning, right, nice and low. I'm still able to reach the ball, even if it is low. This is a short bat for me, right? And I can still reach that ball. Like Isaiah was showing you earlier, right? Once you turn those hips, your elbows kind of glued to your side here, right? Should stay together, right? All the way through that swing and then finish. Get those hips turned. Keep that elbow glued to your side. Feel the difference versus if I'm reaching out here versus if I'm down here. All right, go ahead and switch it up. We're going to start with the middle up high this time. So middle is exactly what you would think, right down the middle of the plate, meatball pitch, but we're going to have it set up high. So just under your chest probably. Go ahead and move your net back, right? Center it up with the tee. We're going to work on high down the middle. Shouldn't be too challenging for you guys. You're already practicing with the middle. The only difference is it's up high now, right? So we got to get our hands to that ball. Different area. Keeping it on the inside of it. Go ahead and get comfortable with each zone there is. We're going to skip everything in the middle for today, just because those are generally pretty just compared to high and low, but we will do them at the end. Remember, just because it's high doesn't mean we have to dip our shoulders to go up there and get it, right? Keep those shoulders level, right? All we're doing is moving our hands a little higher inside the ball, right? Getting them through that ball right there. I'm still able to keep my elbow glued to my side. Nice swing on its iPad. Looking good, bud. Nice job, James. Solid dog. I like dogs. All right, go ahead and switch it up to low middle now. Go ahead and work with the low pitches. Again, just above your knees, down the middle, staying low and athletic, going down to get it. You guys start in athletic position. In a game, it's not going to matter if it's a high pitch or a low pitch, right? Because if you're athletic, you're still able to go down and get it, or you're still able to go up and get it. By the time you take that step, that's when you need to be the most athletic. If you want to start standing up and then get low, that's fine. Everybody's different. Everybody has their own thing. But by the time you take that step, you need to be ready. This is the best way to get better, repetition off a tee, especially off a tee. All right, guys, go ahead and work. We're going to start with inside now. So for inside, it's a little bit trickier, right? Inside to us, so meeting the ball back here, not going to be very comfortable. So we probably want to meet the ball out in front of the plate. So the timing for outside right, we're letting it travel so we don't have to go get it. Down the middle, right, we're literally meeting it at the middle, setting it back up between short and second. Inside, we're getting out here to go and get it, right? Meeting it out here, right? Because if we let that ball travel, the more we're going to get pinched up and the harder it is to get our hands on the inside of that ball. So inside, we're setting the ball up close to us, but out in front of the plate. We're going to move our net to line it up with the tee once again. And what we're looking for, again, consistency, line drives to the net, but in a game on a field, it's probably going to go between third and short. That's what we're going for. Right out here. And if I forgot to mention, it's going to be inside high, inside high. For a lot of people, inside is a tough pitch, but when you work on it with the tee, it'll seem a whole lot easier once you get into a game. Once you understand the principle behind the timing, why you're meeting it out in front. It's now especially important to keep your hands locked to your side, right? If I'm reaching for that ball, it's going to be super tough to get that inside pitch. You got to be very short, athletic, and compact here. All right, go ahead and move it to low inside. Low inside. Again, stay low, go get it. Attack that ball. Nice job, Peyton. Good to see you again. All right, go ahead and pick up balls if you need to. Get a drink of water if you need to, stretch out. In a second, we're gonna play a quick game. This is a game you can do anywhere, anytime by yourself. Challenge yourself, makes you better. Give you guys like 20, 30 seconds or until I see people back. For those of you who are good, feel free to shake it loose. Get all that lactic acid out of your arms. I'm gonna give other people a few more seconds and then we'll jump into our game. All right, so how this game works, some of you have probably already played it before. We're gonna start with outside up high, right? You have a perfect swing, right? You don't hit the tee, you don't pop it up, it doesn't go straight to the ground. Do you think it was a good swing? You're gonna move to outside middle, right? Same thing, good swing. You do it right the first time, go to outside low, right? So we have outside high, outside middle, outside low. 3 perfect swings in a row. If you do that correctly, then you go to middle, middle high, middle, middle low. 3 perfect swings, you can move on. Inside high, inside middle, inside low. I think you guys get the gist. Here's the catch though. You mess up, you got to start over all the way back to outside, right? So if I'm on the inside pitches and I mess up the inside pitch, going all the way back to outside high, all right? So you have to have 9 perfect swings and 9 different spots, right? So there can't be any weaknesses here. Good swings, and this won't be a problem, right? Keep the principles and the skills that you guys just learned, apply them here, and you'll be good. See how many times in a row you can do it perfectly, right? If you get through the whole sequence and do it perfect, do it again. Set a record for yourself. I want to know. This is something I would do by myself as a kid to challenge myself. It's pretty fun. It's you against you. Be honest with yourself too, right? Don't cheat yourself out of perfection. Mr. Miller, I think you can swing better than that. Let's see it. Nice and athletic. There you go. Better, better. Some of you are going to find this harder than you think to get 9 perfect swings, right? Because they're all in 9 different spots. But a lot of you guys, if you really, really focus and apply what you just learned, it won't be too hard though. I'm going to give you guys about 2 minutes to complete the whole sequence as many times in a row as you can. And then I'm going to unmute you guys, get your feedback, see who could do it, who couldn't, who was close, and whatnot. You guys are looking good, looking focused. I like it. A lot of good swings. If you guys find yourself getting stuck on the same pitch, that's okay. Now you know what area you need to work on. About 1 minute left, guys. All right, guys. Well done today. I hope you guys learned some new stuff, some new tricks, found something out about yourself, right? Best way to become good at this kind of sport is lots of reps like you guys are doing, which is great. Kudos to you guys. Anything to add, Coach Isaiah, before we unmute him?
Good, great swings, guys. You guys are working hard. I like seeing it. Nice job.
Okay, I'm gonna do my commercial. Hey, we're gonna reopen for private lessons only, private lessons. Effective as soon as these guys are ready to get started with doing some private lessons. So like as early as tomorrow. Tell your parents, we're not gonna open to the public, by reservation only, okay? Check the website. I'll be in touch. Thanks, guys.
I'm gonna unmute everybody. We can get your feedback, see how many of you guys were able to do it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Highway guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Coming to private lessons, signing up.
See.
James,
Me.
all right, it's awesome. Definitely come in.
Thank you.
Nice job, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye. Thank you. Like us. Bye.
Bye, guys.
See you.
Thank you, Coach Payton and Coach Isaiah.
Problem, guys.
Thanks, Tanner.
Bye. Bye.
See you, James. Ooh, it's fun.